Alright guys, welcome to HTML course, and today I'm going to show you how you can download the folder. So as you can see here, before the course starts, we have what you will need, basically what you're going to need in order for you to be ready to start learning. The first thing is you will need a computer, and that can be Windows or macOS, like this one right now that I'm using, or it can also be Linux, depending on what you are using or you are familiar with. You will also need the internet connection, and this is very important because you need your internet to be strong for you to code in a way that is gonna help you accomplish so many things quicker. Another thing that people don't always believe or think about is motivation to learn. A lot of people don't have the motivation to learn. In the future, they end up giving up because things are getting a little harder on their side, and they just decide to give up. So please, as you learn this course, as you start this course, you need to understand that we are not quitters. We do not quit when we are learning coding. Okay? So, as you can see, step 1, you will download Visual Studio Code. Now, how do you download Visual Studio Code? I will go ahead and show you. The first thing you will do is you will click this link. And once you click this link, your computer will realize what operating system you are using. So right now, my computer is a Mac. The system already knows what I'm using, so the website will just suggest me the website that I'm going to. The website is suggesting me which one I should download, which type of Visual Studio I should download. If you are using Windows, it will do the same thing. It will suggest download for Windows. If you are using Linux, it will say the same thing, download for Linux. Now, we will go ahead and download. So if I click here, download, you will see that it came, the downloading process already started. So I will give it some time. And as you can see, it's going fast. Once it's done, we will go ahead and proceed. This is very important, guys. And by the way, this is the same thing that you're going to do when you are using Windows. Follow the same thing that I'm doing. There is no big differences. As long as you're on this page, you will go ahead and download VS Code in this way. Okay, it's almost there. As you can see, now it's ready. Okay, what I will do, I will go ahead and open. Now, when I open it, okay, they will show me where it is. So for those who are using MacBook, you will follow the same steps. So you will double click to open Visual Studio Code. And once you open, you will see that it's already bouncing down here, but we'll go ahead and click open. And as simple as that, VS Code is ready to be used. So there is of course a walkthrough. You can do next section, and you click done, mark done, and Visual Studio Code is ready to be used. Okay, now let's go back to the browser. What else did they ask us to do? Okay, so install it like a normal app. We already done that. And after installing it, open it and get familiar with the interface. Okay, before we do anything, before we go on step 2, let's get familiar with the interface. Okay, so in Visual Studio Code, we have this part here, which is where you see all your files, you see all your folders. Okay, so it's like where the workspace is. Here is where you search um, anything like a folder or something. Here is where you find, if you are working with GitHub, this is where you connect the GitHub. So it's not really important. I'm going to show you what you should focus on. This is also not important. As we go, I will explain everything more. Um, and the extensions, of course. One of the extensions that I love to download is the prettier code. So this one just make your code look pretty. So go ahead and click install, trust this publisher and install. So we are installing it. Okay. Another one is icon. Um, so icon fonts, we can also install this, trust the publisher and install it. Okay. And let's leave it like that for now. Now, what was that? Material icon. Actually, let's download this one as well. Let's install this one as well. Okay. So now that we have done everything, let's go ahead and leave this place. And you can see that they're already telling you open folder. Now, you can just pause there. This is where, like I mentioned before, this is where you will see all your folders. And this is where if you want to sign in to do more things, you can go ahead and sign in. But do not focus on that right now. Good. Let's move forward. The next thing they said create a workspace. Now, how do we create a workspace? There are 3 bullet points that we should focus on here. They say create a new folder called HTML course. Now I'll go ahead and copy this, okay? And I will go in my Finder. In this case, it's this guy here. For those who are using Windows, it's called folder, okay? Folder. So we'll go to Documents. This is where I love to save my stuff. I will right click, so you will click with 2 fingers and you will see this option here that says New Folder. Select New Folder and then paste the name HTML course. Now in HTML course folder, we have nothing, of course, but you can see that at least we have that folder here. If you want them to appear like applications, you can select this one here. If you want it to, whatever you want it to look like, but I love to go with application. So I already created that. Another thing is they said open this folder in VS Code. Okay, so you can do that by saying File, by going to File, Open Folder. So if you go in VS Code, you do it by going to File, Open Folder. Okay, it's the same thing as clicking this one, clicking here. They say Open Folder. Once you open folder, you will now go where you just created that folder, and we know where that is. It was in Documents. We select HTML course and then we open. Okay. For the first time, it's gonna say this: Visual Studio Code would like to access files in your Documents folder. Okay, good. We'll go ahead and allow, and they will ask if we trust the authors. Okay. We'll say trust the authors of all files in the parent folder Documents, which is this folder here. Okay, and we'll say yes, trust the authors. they they will continue giving you suggestions, but just mark as done, ignore them. Okay, now we are in HTML course. Okay, what should we do next? What we should do next is in the instructions. Okay, so we opened the folder. Now create your first file, index.html. Okay, this is how you create a file. You create a file by clicking here and type index.html. Okay, and once you're done, notice that HTML logo or the icon already came as orange because we downloaded that extension for icons. So, and now we just followed all the instructions and we are ready to go. Now you are ready to start your HTML journey. Let's begin with module 1. Okay, and what is module 1? Introduction to HTML. I hope this video made so much sense to you. If you have any question, please feel free to ask in the next class or in the comment section. I'll be there to answer all your questions. Thank you so much and see you in lesson 1. Ciao.